When the 95th Regiment of the British Army took the Baker Infantry Rifle to the Napoleonic Wars in 1801, they used close order and extended order drill. Today we're looking at the two basic components of extended order, chain and, for want of better words, skirmish pairs. What the two tactics were and when they might have been used. Before we go into this, take a moment to subscribe. We do not do many videos, so subscribe and there's no need to check back. Ring that bell, you won't be overwhelmed with notifications. Light infantry troops in the British Army of the 1800 to 1815 time frame used both close order drill and extended order drill. Close order drill is exactly that used by the regular infantry units, with minor adjustments due to the short rifle, and will not be discussed further here. However, before talking about extended order, we need to make sure everyone understands rank and file. British troops normally deployed in long lines of two ranks, front rank and rear rank. In a company of, say, 80 troops, each rank is 40 soldiers long. On the other hand, a file is simply a front rank soldier and the soldier immediately behind him in the rear rank. So our 80-man company has 40 files, standing shoulder to shoulder. Importantly, in light infantry units at least, the company was not a random assortment of soldiers. Every individual had a specific slot in the ranks and files. Your file partner was your particular buddy. Got it? Remember it. Skirmish pairs, very often just called extended order, is light infantry arrayed in two ranks with a number of paces between adjacent files. The number of paces was usually two, but might be more if, for example, the light infantry needed to spread out more to screen the entire front of a line unit. Variations in detail exist between the manuals, but each pair in a file is acting together to ensure that one of the pair is always loaded. This provides a loaded gun ready for emergencies. For our discussion here, look at fire rotation. As each rifleman steps to the front to select a target, he pauses until his file partner is reloaded. In addition, remember that the manuals include techniques for firing while advancing slowly and also for retiring slowly. Whatever the manuals say, though, once action is joined, the line can become very fluid indeed. Chain formation is an extended order formation but different to skirmish pairs. In chain, two neighbouring files act together. Each section of two files is called a division. In extended order, divisions in the chain are typically about 10 paces apart, but that distance can vary depending on terrain and available cover. The firing rotation is key to understanding chain. In each division, the front rank man in the right-hand file steps forward out of the jostle of his partner's reloading, takes aim and fires. He steps back to his original position as his file partner immediately steps forward to fire. When the right-hand file is fired, the left-hand file fires similarly. Once the left-hand file is fired, the front rank man on the right-hand file fires again. The shot rotation by 4 soldiers is long enough for each soldier to comfortably complete reloading before his turn to fire comes around again. Note that the manuals don't have systems for advancing or retreating while firing in chain. To move the chain as a whole, the ceasefire is sounded and the order to advance or retire is given. What the extended order formations are is fairly clear. When they were used is much less so. Eyewitness accounts available to me almost never mention which form of extended order is being used. Accounts that are clearly describing skirmish pairs at work do not say if the troops are riflemen or light infantry equipped with smoothbore muskets. and the one mention of chain I found in an account by a rifleman could easily have meant it in a general sense, like a chain of outposts or a screen, and he says nothing of the specific tactical situation in any case. Barber, in his Manual for Riflemen, discusses chain in his chapter titled Of Detached Skirmishing, presumably meaning chain should be employed by riflemen when operating well forward of the main line of battle. However, the 95th Reenactment Unit here in Australia has had over a decade of experience in tactical exercises with both chain and skirmish pairs, and can make some observations about the utility of each. Chain has a clear advantage in rate of fire. The pause in a skirmish pair while your file partner reloads does not occur in chain. Perhaps as importantly, we find that a division of 4 is much more able to cover for one of the 4 having a technical issue like a blocked touch hole or a loose flint, for example. Such hold-ups in a skirmish pair can be very disruptive. Also, our sense is that when advancing to contact, chain is better able to deliver effective, and by effective I mean economical as well as accurate, fire at an emerging or fleeting target. Nevertheless, rate of fire should not be overemphasised. Rifles and light infantry in general were instructed to take a steady, aimed shot. Chain offers superior command and control at the lowest level. Our reenactment group, and no doubt the British light infantry battalions of the Napoleonic Wars, ensures that each division has a very experienced rifleman in it. In practice, that individual has greater tactical awareness, can direct his division to nearby cover or to engage a particular target, and advise on technical problems, etc. That kind of activity in skirmish pairs also happens, just not as effectively or evenly. While command and control at this low level may seem esoteric, we see it as perhaps a more important advantage than rate of fire, and it certainly takes a load off sergeants. The third issue is using cover. Skirmishers, especially riflemen, were trained to seek cover whenever possible. Experience shows that a chain formation just disappears more effectively when taking cover compared to skirmish pairs. At standard intervals, troops in chain have 4 soldiers per 10 paces, whereas skirmish pairs have 10 soldiers in the same space. And the chain divisions can more easily adjust their spacings with their neighbours to move into cover. The final difference between chain and pairs for this video is morale. Troops in difficult terrain or under fire tend to bunch up. Drill manuals and accounts are full of advice to officers and NCOs to maintain spacing between troops in skirmish order. Chain already has the soldiers of each division of the chain in close proximity to each other, and also a significant space to adjacent divisions, discouraging bunching up of the divisions compared to skirmish pairs. And our experience reflects exactly that. Our sense of it is that experienced rifle units at least would have used chain as the default extended order deployment. When behind some good cover, like the corner of a house or a window or a loophole, chain is the natural option. And chain also clearly works better when advancing through complex terrain like villages and forests. But chain has hazards. The less dense formation means chain is more vulnerable to cavalry. In addition, drill manuals provide a system for skirmish pairs to advance and retreat in short bounds while maintaining a steady fire. Drill manuals do not have such procedures for chain, and our experimentation with possible options to do that quickly resulted in chaos. To advance or retire a chain line, the entire chain ceases fire and moves. But of course that gives the enemy encouragement to come on or the opportunity to disengage. So for rifles, chain is likely king most of the time. But this is not the last word on extended order tactics. Hopefully this video will encourage others with access to first-hand accounts to say more on the subject. Indeed, if you have a specific reference, put it in the comments below. We read them all. But by reference, I mean author, title and page number, not Uncle John said. So, thank you for your interest, subscribe and ring that bell, and see you next time for a little slice of history from the 95th Rifles, Australia.